This is a game that I started designing really earlier this week. It's inspired first and foremost by the game XEG hockey, but also I would say that there is some shootout hockey, dock hockey, and influence in, a variety of hockey games probably went into this. Anyway, this is something that I wanted to capture on camera. I don't really feel that I'm fully ready to feature this game, in a video. I'm kind of nervous actually about this. This one came together kind of quickly. I've been working really hard whenever I've had sufficient time available in the past several days, but I think this one came together relatively quickly once it started. So just go over the components that I have so far. Me being me, it's not yet a complete game, but you would have here, I guess, maybe a couple of pawns of different colors, that you could use. Actually, no, I should use the puck, sorry, to move from zone to zone. There is and there isn't puck movement in this. I'll use this for the seconds. I'll use this for the minutes. And yeah, the puck movement itself, it's very, what's the word for it? It's, oh dear, abstract. Okay. It's kind of abstract. You don't really need to use this, but just to give you a general idea, if blue is home and if red is road, and that's how I use the dice to correspond. Red, road, they sound kind of alike, and then blue for home. I'm calling it binder hockey because I'm keeping it in a binder. That's just a kind of a throw together name that I thought of earlier, probably earlier today. And so this goal here, this would be the home goal. Home is going this way, trying to shoot on this goal. Again, this is inspired by XEG hockey, although I think I've made it quite a bit different, quite a bit more complex. And to say nothing negative at all about that game. In fact, if I do end up uploading this video anytime soon, Mr. Mike Tingle, hopefully I've pronounced your last name correctly. I will. The check's in the mail. Let's just say I have XGG hockey, and I'm going to click and donate soon. So, because I don't think that this game would exist without XEG hockey, even though I think I sort of started with that idea and then sort of, modified things just according to taste and preference, and kind of, I really liked that game, and it inspired, me quite a lot. And then obviously the influence from some other hockey games that I've played. Anyway, I'm beating around the bush though, as I do. So ZA stands for zone advance and FC forecheck. And so, like, yeah, I could probably actually, come to think of it, I've already thought of a small improvement. Probably have arrows, like the road arrow going this way and the home arrow going this way, something like that. I could have like little yellow arrows or something underlaying, like just underneath the text here. And of course, again, so home is trying to score here, road is trying to score there. That'll be less important though. I'll probably even forget to do that. Hopefully I won't forget to mark time. I'm thinking 10 seconds per roll, in units of 10 seconds with it. And I'm borrowing from my own games, my some of my older, like, incomplete hockey games, as much as anybody's. 6 will be a play stoppage. I have a few games that do that now, and then 1 to 5 will move seconds. And yeah, and so, and I've got a few different D6s here that I've thought about using. This actually, if anybody recognizes this is my old Stratomatic hockey die. Haven't played Stratomatic hockey in forever, but still using the die. So anyway, the way that this works, I'm not really going to explain it or point it out. I just wanted to point out the components. And so taking the face off, and sometimes too it'll be a little bit wonky, but taking the face off here for the road team, your entire team is on one page. And this is for the basic version. I think for eventually, ideally, if I'm liking everything, I'll do a more advanced version. And once I do that, there's going to be more customization involved, and so it'll be a little more complicated, probably harder to put an entire team onto a page. But I like this idea of the basic version of this is your team. This is your team when they're on the road and the scoring chances, and they're trying to score this way. This is your team when they're at home and trying to score that way. I have double-sided prints, so I have both road and home teams. And possibly too, in a more advanced version, there's maybe a little room there for modifying the players according to whether or not they would play better on the road or at home. Again, me being me, these are all fictitious teams and players. So anyway, the way that this would work, actually for face-off, and I borrowed this from another game of mine, I would just use this to determine whether or not it's the road or the home. Odd road, because again, odd like red, reminiscent of road. And then even for home. So this will be won by the road should the face-off be even. We have 82. I'm going to separate these just for this roll. Sort of delineate it a little bit. Oh, I thought that was 82. Was that 20? Did I accidentally knock that aside? I thought I saw 82, so I'm going to say it's 82. I mean, it doesn't really matter for this anyway. It's going to be 82 and 94. So a couple of high rolls there, and then 3 and then 4. So for 82 taking the face off, we're looking at, it's going to be Irvin, the center for, and I sort of went with classic Los Angeles Kings. I don't know why I was just in the mood for the old Kings royal blue, purple. So there's, the yellow is, I guess, in the road and purple is at home. And this, is where you could put, like, for instance, like Montreal Canadiens or something like that. Or I guess you could have Montreal Canadiens, or whatever the team name is, and then have colors corresponding to the team. And the color in here in the middle for the players is all the same. It's a bit messy, but I think it makes sense enough. I hope it makes sense enough. Anyway, so 82 face off, a rating of 3 actually. So basically this number here in brackets, you add it to the number that you rolled in the D6. So that's a 6 value for a face off, probably going to win it. 94, so actually somebody's probably been kicked. And so the left defenseman, I know that wouldn't happen often. There's only like a 6% chance of it happening because I did want to each of them to have at least a 1% chance of taking a face-off. It does happen very rarely, but if you look at defense stats, they will take the odd face-off or 2 per season. Typically no more than that. Anyway, value of 4 there and 5. So actually the face-off is barely once. The face-off has been won by the road team here. And so what you would simply, whoops, oh dear, these dice are too small. What you would simply do, a little action roll there. I'm wondering if I was caught on camera there. What you would simply do is like this, and so we're moving 20 seconds here, and again, road team is in possession, so they're looking for a zone advance. So I'm looking at 88 for a zone advance. We're looking, so basically the face-off was won by Irvin, and it was passed back to the defenseman, probably Dirks, the defenseman there. And value of 3 added to 2, so that's 5. And then 20, and even 20, so looking at the forecheck here. Sorry, am I doing that right? Yeah, zone advance for Dirks, 2, and 3 is a value of 5. That's right, Dirks' zone advance is 2. I was looking at his goal, but it's his zone advance, which is also a 2. And then 20 on this team here. This is my first ever roll of this. This is why it's taken me longer than it should to figure it out. So for the zone advance, though, I'm looking at a forecheck. So for the forecheck 20, that is Barrett 28. So the first line center there. And that's a 6, actually. So one thing, of course, it's going to be a 6. Because one thing I've yet to work out for this is... the 6 is going to be a specialty. That's why there are all these letter A's here. These A's will eventually be a variety of letters. I'm not quite sure how far up the alphabet it's going to go, but this is going to correspond to player type. So playmakers, snipers, defensemen who lay out other guys, different things. I think I said playmakers already, but passers, apple pickers, apple getters, cherry pickers, all kinds of fruit pickers, I guess. Maybe even like a rat type player. We'll see how far I end up going with it. And so if there's a 6 rolled, there's a follow-up 2d6 roll to see if there's some kind of specialty play that player could make. So the player's personality comes into it a little bit. A power forward will do one thing a little differently than a playmaker, let's say. So anyway, in this case here, I don't have the 6. So what I'm going to say here is just that the puck's been taken away, and sorry, I should move it here. The home team has it now. They're looking for a zone advance. Again, you don't really need that so much. Like, they were trying to advance the zone, and the forecheck took it away. So, oh, no, wait, that's right, too. If a forecheck takes it away, sorry. So they were trying to advance the zone. The home forecheck would take it away. Normally, that would actually put the home forecheck into a position with a scoring chance. So right off the face-off, I'll have to figure that out. I also want to switch these D6 to a couple that are a little more visible. For me at least. So let's do a follow-up roll and let's see what happens in the the ensuing amount of time. So 40 more seconds here, 30 and 40. We're a minute in now. And we're looking here. Blue home, I guess we'll look first. And let's do a scoring chance roll for them, actually. So 66 is, 66 is going to be left defenseman there, top left defenseman, and his chance rating a 2. And to that, we add a 3, so it's total value of 5. And then 72 for the back checking it. Now I've got to look to the BC, and again, it's here. It's, it shows you here. So BC and then SC. So the BC to counteract the SC, it's sorry, who is it? 72 is going to be a defenseman, right defenseman here. Yeah, top right defenseman, and 3 plus 5. So that's value of 8. That's going to be taken away again. So this team now has possession. So, and of course, this won't account for every touch or anything like that. I mean, you saw a minute went by and 2 rolls there. So, I think ideally, if you know what you're doing and where you're going, then you should be able to get through, a fair amount of gameplay in hopefully a fairly short amount of time. I do kind of want to be faster than real time. I think with pretty much any game that I design, however complex it may get, I always want to be able to roll. And again, that's the hockey bones axiom, I guess, that, once you really get the hang of it, you should be able to roll it out in about real time. Not real time watching a game on television, which would take, 2.5 hours or whatever, 3 hours if there's overtime or more. But 60 minutes, 60 ice time minutes. I guess maybe a little longer if it's overtime, but something that can be played well within 60 minutes. I want to try to get as much into it as I can. I want to be economical. You want to get the most value with the least amount of gameplay time. So yeah, anyway, that's the standard minute in. I guess I'll just do a third roll here, just because what the heck, to see if we get a play stoppage or something. No, 50 seconds. So a lull of near a minute. And again, this could be subject to change. This could be knocked down to 6. If I'm like, okay, I just played 15 minutes and the shots on goal are like 2-1 for a team, and that happens multiple times, and I might be like, okay, I need to reduce the number of seconds or whatever. But anyway, or come up with some backfill mod or whatever. We'll see. So they're trying for the zone advance this time is the road team here, and it's 17. So 17 is going to be someone high up the wing. No, it's going to be Chouard. Chouard actually with a 0 value, and 5. So 0 plus 5 equals 5. But they only have the 1, so 82. That's going to be a defenseman, however. So zone advance is up against the forecheck. 82. That's going to be the right defenseman there, and that is a value of 2. So actually, with the low roll there, luckily they are able to beat the zone advance, and so the next roll is going to be for a scoring chance for the road team here. So we have we're going to be 2 minutes and 10 seconds now, and let's see here. So scoring chance this time we'd be looking, that's a 10 and a 2. I know those are really small, but the 10 and the 2 for the scoring chance is going to be the second line, left wing here, because it's between 8 and 14 there is 12. So 2 plus a value of 6. Wow, 6 in the scoring chance, which again, this is going to trigger like a special setup for whatever type of player that is. And we're looking here. Oh, sorry. Wait, did I? Yeah, no, 11. So on the road, it's going to be the same. Okay, and then 12 for the home. I got to get used to this myself. And then, so for the home, the back check. So 11, that's going to be center here, line 1, and a 5. So no, the 2 and the 6 is definitely going to beat the 5. Or 5 plus 1, so they have a shot on goal. And so how it works, the goalie's over here. We'll assume that it's starting goalie, SG. You've got your SG and your BG. I wanted to put bug there, but I like this. I like the size of everything here, and so I like the. It's not really an acronym. Yes, it is an acronym. Bug for backup goalie. Anyway, we'll assume that the starting goalie is there, and they have the scoring chance, so they're going to have their starting goalie in net. So how that's going to work. Also, I've divided it up. There's timed rolls in the top half of the page, and untimed rolls here kind of in the bottom half. Timed rolls, untimed rolls, for both the home and away team. So, goal chance here is, let's see, that's 88, so that's probably not a good shooter, but this is a value of 5. So 88 is going to be actually Dirk's got a value of 2 there. That's not bad. So because I'm not using this for time to be economical, this one here I'm going to combine with the blue and just roll 2d6 on the goalie. So I got to try to beat a value of 7. If it's a tie, it goes to the goalie. And actually, I got to roll all 4 here for the goalie, and I'll point that out. So 3 and 4 is 7. So the starting goalie over here is 7. That's value of 9. So that's a good save. And where does the puck go? Well, that's an 85. So that's actually a rebound given up. So with the rebound, I'm still going back and forth between a loose puck battle, which we've not seen yet, and or a scoring chance versus a back check. But anyway, that's the game in a nutshell. That's what I have so far. It's kind of difficult for me to tell myself whether or not I like it because I'm playing it with the camera turned on. So I have to play it with the camera turned off. I just decided that I wanted to capture the first ever roll for whatever reason with the camera turned on. So again, this one, I guess I have a short attention span. I get sidetracked. I was in the mood for a different hockey game, and I had some stuff for XEG. I prefer playing offline rather than online. So although XEG is a kind of a computer, it's a bit of software, I guess, that you download. And I did that, and I played it a little bit on that. But then also I got some components for that game. So there they are. I got some components as well for that game, and started playing it offline, and liked it. Really liked the idea and the flow of it, but like a lot of good hockey games do, it gave me ideas. This got the creative juices flowing, and so this led to this. So full credit where it's due. But again, like a game like dock hockey, where for a short, fast, simple game, there's a lot of interaction with I call it roster interaction. There's a lot of roster interaction in dock hockey. Not to say anything bad about any other games, but even more than other quick play rolling games like shootout and stuff like that. Anyway, dog hockey is a lot of up and down the roster interaction. Of course, again, a game like shootout has some stuff that dog doesn't have, but so I wanted that, though. I kind of wanted the up and down the roster interaction on every play, and but again, there's elements of shootout there too as well. With it's kind of a combination of the two. Again, I'm not trying to steal any one game here. It's inspired, by all of these games. So yeah, this has been the bulk of my weekend thus far. Actually, thought it's been finally had some more free time that I could compound together and put this together. So yeah, this is binder hockey, and what I've got for it so far. Yeah, the goalie. The rebound is because 74 to 99 there would be a rebound. So let's just say we're going for a rebound, which I guess in either case it's going to be a time roll, so it doesn't necessarily lead to a chance right away. Which again I could modify. Play stoppage. That actually seems pretty plausible to me. That you're battling for a puck and something happens, a fall over whistle, something like that. I'm not going to get into the penalty injury and the possible checks for the play stoppage because I still have to work that out myself. I have a bunch of loose data there right now. But I guess the kind of circle back, so sort of the core mechanic of this one is your 2d10s determine what player on the roster, whether it's you're looking at back checking and trying to defend the opposition scoring chance. If you're looking at a zone advance and you're competing up against the forechecking of the opposition, loose puck battle. And also loose puck battle, a tie will lead to a loose puck battle, and then a tie on a loose puck battle will lead to a play stoppage. Forechecking, I think I already explained. Again, if they're trying to advance the zone, then that would mean that they're trying to forecheck. And power play penalty kill over here as well. That's sort of treated a little bit more like a scoring chance and a back check. You're just kind of going for it. Typically shorthanded. I mean, with exceptions, and again, I can encode those exceptions into the letters. Maybe there are certain types of players who take chances and go for it on the penalty kill. I can have that in their letters. That's the part of the game that's still in my head. And but for the most part, they would just be should they manage to force a turnover, they're probably just going to ice the puck. So more often than not, much more often than not. So there is that. I'm even thinking for the goalies as well to implement a little goal personality. Probably not have a letter next to all of the numbers, but maybe just a couple of them. And should that letter come up on that save attempt, it would be something unique to that goalie. Although also this stops at 99 and begins at 1, which, spoiler, I'm thinking of saving a rare 000 row for something also unique and dynamic for the goalie. And there's even an asterisk there for a reason, because I do want to have a game where in rare cases a goalie can actually try to score a goal. So I don't know, maybe I'm thinking ahead too much, maybe I'm getting in over my head, but this is just what I do. But yeah, again, to reiterate, the core mechanic is just your your 2d10 roll, and then whatever player on the roster would correspond. Like this is a 67, so let's say it's face off. That's going to mean that, and obviously for the face off here, the bulk, like 2/3 of the numbers, or at least half of them, are going to be a center taking the face off. But I wanted the game to account for maybe a center being kicked out sometimes, and another forward taking the odd rare draw. And sometimes your wing is actually a pretty good face off taker himself or herself. So there is that also, and then the d6 roll is just added to whatever ability, like whatever rating that they have here in brackets. So in this case it'd be 1 plus whatever the rating is. And for face off, again, it's even, home, odd, road should it be a tie. And for other things, as mentioned, a tie would just go to a loose puck. Anyway, I did tell my wife that this video would only take a few minutes, so 21 is a few, right? All right. Anyways, I'm out. This is, again, I just wanted to do the first few rolls, I guess, in the history of this game. All right.